Welcome back, guys. So we're now going to be going through solo number 2, which is very much more in the vein of George's kind of jazzy, jazz blues kind of style rather than the pop that we did earlier. So this is lick number 1. I'm going to play it through for you and it sounds something like this. Okay, that's lick number 1, roughly kind of up to speed. And as you'll see, our old friend, the octaves, have reappeared. So this is just kind of, again, using that shape on the starting from the G and using our 4th finger as well on the high E. It's just that familiar shape with the 1st and 4th fingers. This is very much based around just the kind of major pentatonic scale, okay? We're just, again, I'd prefer to talk about what notes we're targeting. In this instance, we're targeting the major 3rd, okay? So that note there is the major 3rd of our 1st chord, which is B flat, dominant 7. Okay, so we're using that nice little semitone slide to get into that. So the first part is, so that's landing just on the root note. So we're going 3rd to the root note and then repeat that again. So it goes, okay, so that bit there, what's going is, sorry. So we're going 3rd, 4th, 5th. Okay, those are the notes that we're using to move up the scale there. So we're going, and then we go back to that 3rd. So you see how important those chord tones are. You really just want to keep coming back to that, you know, either the 3rd or the flat 7 and just really milking them. So we go, and then, so we're now doing a descending semitone slide into the 9th of the B flat, which is this note here, which leads us nicely back into the root note. Okay, so all together, let me just try it once more. So we start with the semitone slide into the major 3rd to the root note, repeat, and then up to the 4th, 5th, 3rd, and then semitone slide down using the octave on. We now actually have changed strings, which I'll talk about in a second, like that to the 9th, to the root note, and then we're back up as a last little thing at the end to the 9th again. So in terms of kind of what frets you're going to be on, so this first part we start with our 1st finger on the 6th fret of the G, sliding up to the 7th fret of the G, and then we end up, sorry, I didn't mean to do a slide there, but we end up like that with our 1st finger on the 8th fret of the D, okay? And then we just simply work our way up, so 7, 8, 10. Okay, so we're using our 1st finger on the 7th fret here, 8th fret, 10th fret, then we're back there again, and now we switch strings, okay? And we do, that was my 1st finger there on the 11th fret of the D. Okay, so what happens there? That little semitone slide to the 10th fret, and then end up on the 8th fret of the D, and then that tiny little bit at the end. Final go, so we got, the important thing to remember when using these octave shapes is that I'm talking in, when I say your 1st finger, I mean that's your kind of leading finger. So that's the one that you should be paying attention to most. And the 4th finger should just be locked into that shape, ready to go. Okay, so it's all about knowing where your 1st finger is. And once you get familiar enough with these shapes, the 4th should just follow. Okay, so that's really, really important. And that pretty much concludes lick number 1. So move over to the next video for lick number 2 of this solo.